Hey, what it do, everyone? I'm back. I had a week off apparently because YouTube decided to copyright strike, or not copyright strike, just give me a community strike because I tried to make a video about the JQ, debunking it, and, well, YouTube just can't differentiate between someone advocating for the JQ and debunking it. And I wanted to shout out Mouthy Infidel, some smaller YouTube like me, I guess, a little bit bigger than me by roughly 200 subscribers. He's a little bit farther left than me. He does kind of the same type of content. So if you want to go check him out, check him out. Just don't replace him with me because I need you. Please don't leave me. And I wanted to do that because he gave me a video to review about the JQ, a video to debunk about the JQ. But as you can clearly see, the video is not up on my channel because, well, he got taken down. I got a strike for it. But anyway, I'm back. I'm not going to dabble in any more JQ debunking because it's too risky for my channel. But anyway, today we're going to be looking at Ben Shapiro get all mad and triggered about the Super Bowl halftime show. So let's get right into it.
And then there was the controversy over the Super Bowl halftime show. I get the feeling the Super Bowl is not what it used to be. Like a lot of people that I know who I'm friends with, like 5 years ago, everybody watched the Super Bowl. I don't know what the ratings were this year yet. Just on a personal level, I feel like more and more Americans are like, okay, this isn't what it used to be. I'm really not that into it as much as I was. Okay, so the Super Bowl halftime show happens. And
what does that mean? I like, Ben, do you watch football? Are you a big sports person? Because you don't give me the thought that you like football. You probably don't. That's okay. Not everyone has to like football. But me personally, like, I'm wearing my Steelers jacket right now. I have the only two jackets that I own are Steelers jackets, Steelers hoodies. And then I have a whole shelf dedicated to the Steelers. Like, I like football. I'm a big football nerd. So I don't know what that means. Last year's Super Bowl was pretty bad. The Super Bowl before that was amazing. This year's Super Bowl, even though I only got to watch like the last half of the fourth quarter, was pretty fucking awesome. So I don't know what this statement means.
and
The facts don't care about your feelings, Ben.
other year, we have this idiocy from the Super Bowl producers where they decide to put on some sort of over-sexualized act. This goes all the way back to Justin Timberlake stripping down Janis Jackson wearing a pasty. I think it was 2004 when that happened, so now we're 15 years later. And so last night they held a striptease on the stage. And this was championed as feminisming, much feminisming. Because when I think feminism, what I think is not my wife being a doctor and a mother. What I think is scantily clad women shaking their asses for the pleasure of men. That's really what I think. I think feminisming is all about this, right? It's all about the shaking of the ass. That's clearly. And everyone's like, they're so empowered. It's true. Nothing says empowerment quite like stripping for the pleasure of the hundreds of millions of watching men. And I know they're in great shape. Congratulations. That, like, really good for you that plastic surgery and exercise and restrictive diets are able to do a body good. Like, good for you. Really, that's a lot of hard work. But can we stop pretending that this had nothing to do with sex or sex appeal?
I mean, is anyone pretending like that? I don't know. Yeah, like, shaking your ass is sex appeal, but then again, sex sells. Also, do you just watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show? Because I do the complete opposite. I watch the Super Bowl for the Super Bowl. I never cared about the halftime show. Also, this is really a weird take because last year, Adam Levine, Maroon 5, Travis Scott, and then some guy named Big Boy, who was spelled with an I, was the Super Bowl halftime show. Was it over-sexualized? Sure, I guess, but it wasn't females. It was guys that were being over-sexualized. So, I mean, I don't know. This is just like trying to cram a circle block into a square hole to fit the narrative. This is kind of dumb.
Like, there's a reason that Lizzo wasn't on the stage shaking her ass that way. Okay, and like, really, there's a reason the Super Bowl cast it this way. There's a reason that J-Lo was doing, like, actual pole dances, right? She did a pole dance in the middle of this, right? She actually got up and she was, like, caressing her own privates and doing a full-on pole dance. And girls aspire to something better.
What?
There are all these commercials about female astronauts. And then the halftime show was a sexy woman climbing on a pole and doing a pole dance. Just so impressive. And in every way, I think feminism, go to medical school, or be a lawyer, or be a mother, or be a stripper. I mean...
So Ben Shapiro almost unironically makes a legitimate argument for feminism. Yes, be a doctor, be a lawyer, or be a stripper. Do whatever the fuck you want. Is that not the message of feminism? That's what I preach when I think of feminism. Do what you want to do. If you want to be a stripper, power to you. Go for it. Do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're happy and fulfilled in your life. Really, that's what feminism has been. So not everyone has to be a doctor or a lawyer. Some people can be a cam girl. Some people can be a cam guy. Some people can be a porn star or whatever. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing something that you want to do and you're not pressured into doing something that you don't want to do. Ben, that is feminism.
I mean, that's very exciting stuff. And can we stop pretending that this was not a striptease? Of course it was a striptease. The whole thing is performed as a striptease. Like, seriously. So a few things. One, it is not racist or sexist to point out that this was a striptease and is inappropriate for children.
I have no clue why this would be racist. Sexist, I mean, sure, pointing out that it was over-sexualized or like, because sex sells, that's not sexist. But to boil the whole Super Bowl halftime show, and granted, I didn't watch the Super Bowl halftime show. The clips that he's showing me right now isn't just a striptease. It is theatrics. It is lights. It is choreographic-y, or whatever the fuck the word is. It is a lot that is put into the Super Bowl halftime show, and that's what it is. If you're into that, if you're into the lights and the dancing and the music, cool. That's not my thing. It doesn't seem like that's Ben's thing. But then again, it doesn't seem like football's Ben's thing either. So why were you watching? Why did you tune into this, Ben? If this isn't something that you like, if this isn't something that you want to show your children because of the moral degeneracy, why are you watching it, Ben? I honestly do not get this.
And that's patently obvious. You may have enjoyed the striptease. More power to you. It's a free country. You may have thought that this was a wonderful example of Western art. All right. I mean, I think that your taste is garbage, but sure.
Anyone who takes Ben Shapiro's art critique seriously, I'm sorry, you're dumb. Because this is coming from the guy who literally said that rap is not real music because it's just rhythm or something. Remember that? Remember that, Ben?
But if you are going to make the claim that this was somehow appropriate for children, or that people who are offended by, like, I have a 5-year-old in the room and there's J-Lo pleasuring herself in front of hundreds of millions of people, like that is like, I'm out of the box for suggesting that this might not be appropriate for a child or young teenage audience.
I mean, a child, probably not, but that's kind of up to you. You kind of know what the Super Bowl halftime show is going to be. Also, maybe you shouldn't be showing your 5-year-old a bunch of grown men trying to murder each other. I don't know. But for, like, young teenagers, no. Like, I'm sorry, but we live in a society where you can just go on the internet and look up anything. Anything. What do you think teenagers are looking up? Probably titties. Probably. I mean, like, this is pretty tame compared to a lot of the stuff that 13, 14-year-olds are watching on the internet. Like, come on, Ben. Are you this out of touch with the youth nowadays, Ben? I don't get it.
Like when Shakira dancing with a rope as though she is at the Deja Vu nightclub is going to like, look at this. Like, come on. Like, really? Like, she's good at shaking her hips. Like, that's congratulations, but this is okay with the close-up. Like, okay, it's not just me. Okay, I'm not just saying. What's funny is when people put on these very sexualized acts, and then when you point it out, they're like, "Why are you so concerned about maybe with what's in your head? What's in my head is the same thing that's in your head. What do you think is in your head? She's shaking her, like, the whole song is this. What do you? Come on. I don't think that she's doing mathematics. She's not doing higher calculus. She's not sitting there doing your taxes.
I don't know, Ben. Like, is that your definition of a good halftime show? Just having some fully clothed girl or guy do calculus or taxes? Because most people don't think that's very entertaining. Now, I think that'd be a good meme. I think that'd be kind of funny. But it's not what the Super Bowl halftime show is. It's never what it's been. It's a big theatrical show. I mean, that's what it's always been, Ben. Is it usually over-sexualized? Sure. Even when there was a bunch of guys up there doing it, it was still over-sexualized. Is that a bad thing? Maybe not. I don't really know. But then again, this is also how people dance nowadays. Have you never been to a club in the last, 5 years, Ben? Have you never gone out in the town with your doctor wife? Because this is what the kids are doing nowadays. This is dancing nowadays. Like I said, I don't get it. I really don't. And I'm 19 years old. I'm part of this generation. It's not something I get, but it's just how things are, I guess.
Like, what? Come on. This is so silly. It's also silly. This is what folks on the social left like to do. They will do things like they'll put drag queen story hour out there. And then they'll be like, why are you so offended that we're putting drag queens in front of children? It's because you're intolerant and you're closed-minded. It's like, well, no, I just don't think that drag should be done in front of small children. That seems inappropriate for small children. Like, because you're a bigot. What's in your head? The same thing that's in your head, which is why you're putting drag queens in front of children.
This isn't a coherent argument. Also, this is kind of a non sequitur, right? No? Am I crazy? Am I dumb?
Or you wouldn't be doing it otherwise. You wouldn't think it was important to do otherwise. What's going through my head? Why do you think Shakira and J-Lo are stars? Because of the quality of J-Lo singing? Like, it has nothing to do with her look? Nothing at all?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but if she was just a hot piece of ass, wouldn't she be more of a model than a singer? What is this argument, Ben? This is so dumb.
Why do you think she was being celebrated last night? Because you think that if this were just, her standing in front of a microphone singing like normal and not jiggling her ass, that this would be getting the same sort of attention? Don't be a
Do you think if this was just a striptease, would this get the same attention? It would probably get a lot of negative attention. If it was no music, no lights, no backup dancers, no nothing, just two girls stripteasing, it would be a little weird. It would be real weird. And it wouldn't be like, it would probably be the worst Super Bowl halftime show ever. But that's not what this is. So it's weird that Ben Shapiro is boiling this down to purely just the over-sexualized parts. Sure, that is there, but there's also other elements to the show, right? Like the lights, the backup dancers. It's not just this. And like I said, I didn't watch the Super Bowl halftime show because it's not something I really care about. But then when Ben Shapiro, Mr. Stop Politicizing Sports, doesn't even watch football, wants to make a YouTube video about the Super Bowl to get clicks, and then this is all he talks about, the Super Bowl halftime show? Come on, Ben.
Upset when people pay attention to the thing you're begging for attention from. The left act like teenagers. They really do. It's like they dye their hair blue and they get 3 nose rings and like, why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? Because you're deliberately attempting to get attention. And then when I give you the attention, then you're like, how dare you give me this attention? What's going through your mind? What you wanted to go through my mind is going through my mind. And then me saying that's inappropriate. That's that.
I like how I can just imagine Ben Shapiro walking up to some guy with like 3 nose piercings and just staring at him. And the guy's just sitting there like, what the are you okay? Do I need to call someone? Are you having a stroke? Because a guy who dyes his hair blue and gets 3 nose piercings is not, it's not something that's like asking for attention. If you're going to wear like a big old styrofoam cowboy hat, sure, you're begging for attention, I guess. But this is just such a weird argument. What does this even mean? Ben, the fuck is wrong with you?
The only good thing that came out of this silliness, of course, was one great meme, which is Shakira decided to do the thing that I guess this is common in, I'm not sure, what is Shakira's ethnic background? I'm not sure what it is, or her cultural background. She's Colombian. Okay, so I didn't know if this is a thing in Colombian culture. It's a thing in like Sephardi Jewish culture, right? Like you'll be at a bar mitzvah or something, people go, la, 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 right? That's a thing that people do. Like a bar mitzvah. It's a celebratory noise. So Shakira actually did that on national TV, but it was weirdly sexualized. And so the only good thing to come out of the Super Bowl was this meme of Shakira doing this thing, accompanied by a goat doing this thing. And one of the better memes I've seen recently. Oh, this is so stupid. Oh, our culture's so dumb. We deserve whatever we get, okay? Come take us, coronavirus. Come take us. Did you know that every...
Oh, boy. So Ben Shapiro apparently just doesn't understand, like, theatrics, doesn't understand what a show is. Sure, the Super Bowl halftime show was probably over-sexualized. Sure. I mean, is that a problem? Is that problematic? Maybe. Maybe not. Like I said, I don't really care. I don't really know. But to boil it down just to the over-sexualized parts is just blatantly ignoring all the other things that go into what it takes to put on a halftime show or Super Bowl halftime show. So like I said, he's also ignoring the last year's Super Bowl halftime show with Maroon 5, all the other halftime shows where it's been more guys than girls. I don't know. But anyway, I'm back making videos and whatnot. So till next time, I guess. Peace. Stay breezy. Always cheesy.